Yeah, let's get some of this out the way. I think I might rock with the blue hat. I don't think I've wore this in a video yet, so we gonna rock out with the blue one. I spent $20,000 on camera equipment. Was it worth it? Short answer, yes. Short answer, yes. Honestly, I was gonna play a little bit, but short answer, 100% yes. Long, more complicated answer, somewhat. I just want to do a little disclaimer. This is not in any means a flexing video or anything like that. If we're gonna put any type of the type of video this is like a milestone video for me, and then a video to just show others that this shit is possible. Like, this is very much possible. Like, this is more than just possible. Having expensive camera equipment is not, I mean, it's a flex, but it's only a flex to nerds, like people that are in it. This isn't really like a flex, you know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna look at my camera and know how much it costs, unless you're a nerd. I've been waiting a long time to make this video, honestly. I've been wanting to do this for a minute. Let's touch on this a little bit. If you've seen the storyline on like the first videos I've uploaded, you heard about like how I started with photography. Just to sum it up, like, I started with this because I was doing YouTube on my main channel. I wanted a digital camera, and I bought my first digital camera, and from there things just kind of escalated. It just kept going. It just kept growing into me becoming obsessed with photography and videography, and this becoming my niche, and then from my niche to my hobby, from my hobby to my career, and that's where I'm at today. Then there's the question, why and how the fuck did I spend $20,000 on camera equipment? Don't watch this thinking at any means at all do you have to spend this amount of money on camera equipment to be a good photographer or a good videographer. It's just, with the niche of photography that I'm in, it is a high demand to have great equipment. And I kind of put that pressure on myself because you don't need to. You can have decent ass equipment and still be great at what you do. I'm just such a perfectionist, and I want great quality stuff. And I know that when it comes to sports photography and sports videography, equipment carries you so much. If you play games, bro, this whole industry in terms of sports photography is so pay to win, bro. For the most part, if you don't have good equipment in this shit, bro, you're gonna notice. Somebody can easily look at your stuff and tell, okay, he doesn't have the best equipment. Like, he doesn't have the greatest type of equipment. And then somebody, if you're thinking about it in a competitive standpoint, bro, somebody can easily steal your shine in terms of who you are as a photographer or the type of work or who you're shooting, just based off of them being in the same spot as you, taking the same photos, but they got better equipment. So it's like, damn. Now it seems like they're better at it because they got better equipment. You know, that's how I am in my head, right? That's how I am. As I've started to grow as a photographer, my whole mindset has been, I gotta better myself. I gotta better myself, and a big part of that is bettering the equipment I use. Because when it comes to sports photography, just to break it down into percentages on what sports photography is, I'm gonna say sports photography is like 45% skill, 45% equipment, and like 10% luck. I break it down like that because equipment carries a photographer in this type of photography, where skill comes into play because you still need to be great. I've seen photographers, you have great equipment and then you're not that good with it. Like, you're still average. Like, you're not great because you still need to know what you're doing with the equipment that you have. You still need to know where to place yourself. You still need to know what shots to get. You still need to make sure, you know, you're doing the right things. And also, editing has a lot to do with it too. A whole lot to do with it. Where the luck comes into play. Because, like it or not, a decent amount of photography, when it comes to action photography, is right place, right time. Literally. The photographers that got the amazing shot of Odell getting his most legendary catch, right? Right place, right time. As a photographer that's in the NFL, you're only allowed to be in certain points. If you were on the other side of the field and couldn't see Odell getting that catch, doesn't make you any less of a photographer. You just weren't in the right place at the right time. You were unlucky. And the people who got that amazing catch framed perfectly in focus and all of that, a good amount of that is luck. My first big upgrade was my baby right here, my 𝒆𝒓𝒄𝒉 𝑺𝒕𝒐𝒓𝒆. So my first like initial thing was this and this, the 70-200 f4. couldn't get the 2.8. Could not get the 2.8. Not at the time. I was rocking out with this setup for a year to this point. And I did upgrade along the way on this camera. I did put some more accessories on it and add some more things. Speaking on, I added this lens here. It's a Tamron lens, 2.8. Honestly, this lens is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a pretty good lens for, you know, you got your indoor basketball, or if you just want to do portraits, it's a good lens, and it's not that bad. It's only $900. And I say that saying other 2.8 lenses are damn near $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 when it comes to the Sony like lenses. So this is a steal, not gonna lie. Right? So I was rocking with that same setup throughout the whole summertime because it's all I really needed. I was only shooting basketball, baseball. I was only shooting stuff like that. Then fall came along and football. If you don't have the equipment for football, you're not gonna get great football content at all. It's so much happening. There's so much range you have to cover. Don't let it get dark out, because if you can't boost your ISO up, if you don't have the camera to boost your ISO up, you're done for. Like, it's so much that goes into football and shooting great football. It's crazy. So with that being said, I went and caught myself the big old 100 to 400. That's when I went and bought the big old 100 to 400, and that lens was amazing. Like the quality of some of the videos, the quality of the photos. I don't regret buying this lens at all. This lens was $2,600, $2,700. And at the time when I was buying it, I was iffy, but bro, the quality I was getting from this, and do you understand the amount of clients I was bringing in because my quality looked like this? There's a lot of photographers and sports photographers around my area, but there's not a lot that can do football. When I bought this camera, I was like, bro, I'm set. Like, I don't really need anything. So tell me why I went along and bought this. I literally don't really use this at all. I just have it. I don't use it. I don't use this lens. This was a $1,200 lens that I just bought just because. I'll tell you why I bought it. Because I was at the time was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing more YouTube videos on my main channel, more vlogs with friends and stuff like that, more car videos. Need a wide angle lens. Let me get it. I don't even use it. This was the last lens I bought as of 2021. I think it was the last piece of equipment I bought as of 2021. Then, I was like, bro, I'm good. I am so set. Like, I'm chilling. I don't need anything else. Like, I'm like, bro, my setup is great. Like, it's beautiful. Bro, tell me why. I mean, if y'all seen my last video, bro, if you've seen the last video, you already know where this is going, bro. You already know where this is going. I don't even need to say too much. I went and bought the A1. Now, this is the most expensive piece of equipment I've ever purchased. This was what, damn near $7,000 camera? 7 bands. The reason I bought this, and it was a valid reason, like I want to do more YouTube videos on this channel of other equipment. I couldn't do that if the equipment I was using was the equipment I wanted to review, you feel me? So now I can use the camera I'm recording on now to review this camera. I can use this camera to review my A7 III. I can use both cameras and stuff. Like, if I want to get some video footage of me out in the field talking about a different like topic in terms of photography, I can do that now. I can have somebody behind one of my cameras recording me, right? So it made sense in my head at the time, and you know what, it does, because it's gonna pay itself off. While I'm out on the football field, switching lenses based off of what's going on in the game is annoying. You can miss a lot of footage doing that. So it seemed more beneficial to just have 2 cameras out there with me. Or even if I'm doing photo and video, have one camera meant for photo, one camera meant for video. That's how I've been doing stuff now as of recently. And it works out perfectly because I can just put down one camera, pick up the other camera based off what I'm trying to do at the time. I don't have to switch lenses or switch modes. You feel me? It saves me a lot of time, and it saves me a lot of like missed shots. Like, I'm not missing a lot of content because I gotta switch something out, you know? Now, why the A1? Because the way my thought process was, if I'm gonna get another camera, I'm gonna upgrade from the A7 III, and if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm gonna upgrade to the point where, you know, I'm getting the best of the best for the most part in terms of what I do. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, A1. Fuck it, right? Let's add something else. You know, let's just go ahead and add something else, right? Because why not? Because why not? So I went and upgraded from the F4 to the f2.8. So that's my thought process, and that's the reason why I've spent so much money on this shit. I probably did not need to. I'm gonna be completely honest. That's why I'm saying, like, part of me like is like, was it worth it? Is like somewhat, because I did not need to spend this money, at least not this fast, on upgrading equipment. However, I know all this shit's gonna pay me back. I didn't show a lot of the stuff that I have purchased. Even just money I've spent on having my website up, other accessories like SD cards. Like this SD card that's in here right now is, I think that SD card was $200. It's a bunch of things I didn't show, but it's a bunch of things that I've spent my money on. Like, hello, this fucking laptop alone was what, $2,000. Before we end off this video, we're gonna talk about my most useless expenses. Like, we're gonna talk about my most useless expenses, and then we're gonna talk about the one I'm like most proud of that I've purchased. We're just gonna go ahead and take you out. I regret this. I don't use this at all. I've used this drone maybe 3 times. 3 times. But other than that, bro, I do not use this at all. So in terms of my most proud of expense, I gotta go with my baby. I got to. Cause this, she's what started it all. For the most part. Like, if I had my Canon M50, I would show it. Cause that's technically what started it all. But that's where things became serious for me. My A7 III. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, let me see. If you made it to the end, comment DTV Army. If you made it to the end of this video, comment DTV Army. I want to see how many of y'all watched through this whole thing, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how long this video is, but I feel like it's pretty decently long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to shop DTV. The link will be in the description below. I might throw use code DTV Army for free shipping on all orders. I'm just gonna keep that up for whoever watches the video. Only people that are gonna know that's up are the people who watch the YouTube videos. Code DTV Army, and you can go ahead and get yourself some free shipping on anything in the store. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to stay creative. See you in the next one. Peace.